All right, everybody. Jim McGuinn, Teenage Kicks here, Saturdays 8 to 10 on The Current. And, you know, we had our 10th birthday a couple of years ago at The Current. And one of the highlights was inviting Billy Idol to do a show at the Turf Club, he and Steve Stevens, and it was everything you wanted out of Billy Idol. There was snarl, there was fists in the air, and there were those great songs and those great vocals from William Broad. That's his original name before he became Billy Idol, named because the teachers said he was idle in class. Now, Billy Idol first became known as a member of what was called the Bromley Contingent, and this was a bunch of kids who followed around the Sex Pistols back in 1976, and many of them went on to form bands. Susie and the Banshees was formed out of the Bromley Contingent, as was Generation X. That was Billy's band in the early days. They had a couple of records, and they were different than the other punk bands because they actually continued to embrace the music of the 60s, like the Stones and the Who and the Beatles, whereas some of their peers, like the Clash, rejected everything that was from the past. And Billy's like, that's nonsense. That's what we're building on with this music. Now, Gen X broke up around 1981. Billy moved to New York. New York! He had some pop records that he put out and became massively successful on MTV a couple of years later and for a few years. Since then, he's dabbled in acting and he's had sporadic comebacks into the music sphere. And the reason we're featuring him this week is that it's his birthday. He turns 63, so we should all, you know, curl our lip and snarl a little bit and maybe just kind of like celebrate Billy Idol, which goes something like this. Let's drink another drink, 'cause it'll give me time to think. And if I had the chance, I'd ask the world to dance, and I'd be dancing with myself, or dancing with Billy Idol for his birthday. We're going to celebrate Billy's music with Gen X and Solo this week. Teenage Kicks on The Current. Snarl.